here with Mark Traversoni from Saturn Magic, and just like I've done with Mark Mason and with Peter Nardi, I wanted to bring to your attention a dealer that's going to be at the Blackpool Magic Convention that's bringing out an absolute ton of new material. Like, it's super exciting. I've seen some of the stuff that and some of the trailers. It's insane. So luckily, even though Blackpool starts pretty much tomorrow, Mark's found time to jump in with me and chat to everyone. So Mark, how are you, my friend? Are you well?
Yeah, we're great, thank you. As you said, Craig, we've got a ton of stuff. We're all packed up, ready for Blackpool. All the new releases are boxed. They're going to be going in the van shortly, and then we're heading off to Blackpool early hours of tomorrow morning.
I don't think there's a dealer at Blackpool that's releasing as much new magic as you are, right?
We've got about 7 things that were listed in about the last week, and there was that many. I think there's about 15 I'm looking at on this desk here, which we've got out in like the last month and a bit, because they'd all got to come out before Blackpool. There's 4 of us on the Blackpool stand demoing.
Oh, so it's you and
Kieran Johnson, Mark Infinity, and Lord Harry. So we've got 4 of us demoing. So although 15 new releases kind of sounds a lot, split it between us all, that's quite manageable. So yeah, we got loads of stuff to keep us busy.
Well, why don't we talk about these new releases then? And let's just spend a couple of minutes on each one, so that the people that are watching this, when they make a beeline over to the Saturn Magic stand, they're going to kind of have an informed idea of exactly what's going on. So question number 1, Mark, what is the biggie? What is the one, like when you bring out more than one product at Blackpool, there's normally one that's kind of the flagship product. What's the biggie that you're bringing out this year?
Sure, I've kind of got 2 that are tying for that position, actually, well, almost 3 actually. But the biggie for me is the one that I've really put my heart and soul into for the last 4 or 5 months. It's taken to develop this product. We physically had to make these, and it's an absolutely awesome product. It's called Showcase. Its strapline is card to phone revolutionized.
Okay, so I've done card to phone for years, but I've done the really old version with the folded card inside the app. What's revolutionary about this, Mark?
Well, what's revolutionary about this, actually, I should have said, you don't have to use an app. We show you a brilliant version, and it's on the trailer. You can see it, where you're talking to the spectator in a video, and the creator does it when he's talking about the trick in the trailer, and he drops a card out, on the video. So you don't need the app, but the apps are only about a tenner, aren't they? They're not even that much, I don't think. So, the card can appear in, the light's not great, is it? I'm not going to pick that up.
Not very much.
No, we're getting light shining on it. But the card's there on my mobile phone screen. You know what that looks like, don't you? So the card's there. Good, yeah. And then when you do that, boom, you've got the card. Now, the amazing thing with Showcase is that unlike the, it's called Showcase because, look, how free can you actually be, and when you're ready, boom, out comes the card. It's locked in there until you want it to come out. It can be a sign card. We supply a card to wallet type slider, which I adapted to suit, so you can do sign card inside your phone, which is pretty awesome, even though I say so myself.
Nice. And will that work with any phone? Because obviously you've got a particular type of phone there. Will the gimmick work with everything?
Yeah, I'm just looking. Actually, I thought I'd had the universal one here, but I'll just take one out of the box. There's a smaller box. The cases, because of the development time, it's taken us 4 or 5 months to do 2 cases. The 2 cases we've got out that fit the phones fit the X11 Pro. And there's another case which fits the 12 and the 13. The 12 definitely works because one of us here's got the 12. Kieran's got a 13, which is exactly the same size as the 12, but we just need to check all the buttons are in the right place and everything before we list that on the website, because we wanted this to be a case you could put on your phone and actually use. As a, rather than it being the original concept, you couldn't use the camera and all sorts. I won't bore you with all that. But so we brought out a universal version, which will stick to the back of any mobile phone. So if that was a mobile phone that wasn't compatible, you would, this is one of those Lycra credit card type holders that you, standard thing that you can buy off Amazon or eBay or whatever. And it's been adapted, so you would stick that to the back of your mobile phone. And when you're ready, this one obviously isn't stuck to the back of a mobile phone, so let's just So this one also locks, so the card's like in there. Let's just put it on the back of my phone case just for the sake of this. So it's on the back of my case, and when I want to, boom, out will come the card. So there's a universal version if you haven't got one that will, you know, actually fit one of the custom made cases. So yeah, quite excited about that one.
I like the way that the whole card just appears as opposed to just a folded up card. That's nice. That's sweet.
There's no palming. You can even do the signed card version with no palm. We came up with a handling for that. If you can imagine that, you keep like a reverse little finger break, and then when you bring the deck card to put it on top of the deck, you can load the card. So it's loading the signed card off the top of the deck. And then because the app, if you have to use the app version with that one, with the card to phone app, when you drop the phone on the cards, the vibration makes the card appear. And it seems like the card's suddenly magically been dragged out the deck into your phone, you know, which is brilliant.
Well, that's really cool. And you said there's another trick that's vying for the top spot with that.
Yeah, well, it's kind of three. We'll cover them all anyway. The next one is Isolated Light, which Kieran Johnson released probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and signed Rubik Cube in Jar. So there's obviously Cube in Jar has been very well popularized over the years. What we've done this time, we've slimmed the kit down and given people just the self-working version, which you've now got the option of buying the isolated shell. So Isolated Light can come with a shell and all the bits and bobs you need to do the self-working of Isolated for the same price as the original Isolated kit. Because what we've done is stripped out all the empty jars, all the extra cubes, all the things that Kieran taught you to do sleight of hand with in the original version. So for the same price as the original version, you now get the Saturn shell, if we call it that, which isn't supposed to look like the same cube, because in the Isolated routine, you're supposed to be like Magician in Trouble. That's not the same cube. It's not signed. And we've made the shell, so you get a complete kit to do signed Rubik Cube in Jar.
Perfect.
Yeah, the other one, which that was an adaptation of an old thing. The shell's the new part. El Diablo is there we go. Get the light right. That's from Thomas Seeley, the same guy that gave us the idea of the showcase. And El Diablo can be a signed card or a force card. So it's totally self-working. So imagine you've got someone to pick a card.
Yeah.
In this version, you say, wouldn't it be incredible if I predicted the card that you were going to pick? I've got a card box here. They can see it's got a hole in it. Was it the Queen of Hearts? They go, no. And they go, what was it? I can't remember what card I put in there. It might be the 5 of Diamonds. Oh, 5 of Diamonds, right. Okay. And then you just blow on it. And the card immediately transforms into their card. Let's get the box. Trying to do it so the camera can see. You tip that out into their waiting hands. And then when you've done that, they can have a look inside, and there's no sign of the Queen of Hearts whatsoever.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. And that can be done with a signed card as well. So obviously you need to be able to get the card out and get it into the box. But if you don't want to do that, then you can do it with a force card.
That's really nice. I like that. Now, that's 3 of them, and all 3 of those definitely look really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was speaking to my friend Lloyd Barnes on the podcast, which went up on Wednesday night. And Lloyd said that he was watching all of the stuff coming out from Saturn Magic, and the thing that he liked the look of was something to do with Haribo. And he couldn't find the trailer, and he tried to show me, and I didn't know what it was. I mean, is that a new Blackpool release?
Yeah, so here we go. It's called Haribo by Lord Harry. A slight play on words. So Haribo's not obviously spelt not the same as Haribo. But the thing is, you do get 2 bags of Haribo with it.
Okay,
so
there you go. So not just a magic trick, but a tasty treat as well.
Yeah, a little snack as well, so you can have a little practice and have a little snack at the same time. We always like to supply as much as we can when we're supplying a trick. I know deck of cards, everyone's got one of those, haven't they? But imagine if you receive this and you've suddenly then got to go down the shops and buy some Haribo. It kind of kills it a little bit, doesn't it? So we give you 2 packs of Haribo in there to get started. There's the Haribo gimmick, which is the loader basically to let you get the ring. For those that don't know, Haribo is a ring into Haribo packet, which it can be a bit like a nest of wallets effect, really. So the method's kind of similar to a nest of wallets. And yeah, you can do the ring vanish and then it appears in the Haribo. Or if you take out one of the rings that's in the Star Mix Haribos and just leave it out on the side so it loses its kind of stickiness, it dries up and goes a bit hard. You can just use any cloth or any handkerchief, keep it in your top pocket in the middle, bring it out, put the ring underneath, if you know what I mean, twist it up, give it to someone else to hold on to that doesn't really know what that ring feels like. And then you've suddenly got, when you tap it and you say, has it disappeared? No. Oh, strange, have a look. And when they have a look underneath, it's the Haribo. And you go, Haribo, that's strange. And then, of course, you go, I've got some Haribos, and bring out the packet, show it both sides, and then you can rip it open, and there's the ring inside the Haribo pack.
That's nice, man. That's really good. I like that. That's my sort of thing. I imagine that's the sort of thing that would work really well parlor as well if you wanted to, as long as you justify the Haribo and the reason for having them there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really good.
And I love ring vanishes using a handkerchief as well, like you say, for parlour, because you can stand a spectator there holding the ring. You get another one over here with a magic wand or a pen pretending it's a magic wand. You can really build something up quite small into that. Or it works great for a table or close up. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, talking about Lord Harry, he made a name for himself with the Bank Sharpie, didn't he?
Yeah.
And you've got something else coming out, which is a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, Bank Cube from Lord Harry. Now, this took me an age to design this. I've been working on this for a couple of years. When you get something as a magic purchaser and you kind of open up the box and sometimes you kind of go, oh, it's that. And it's like, oh, it's that. And you think, well, hang on, it took me 2 years to develop this thing to get it to where it is now. And I've got one here and it's not going to go bang because it'll go click. But the kind of genius thing that I did when I originally came up with this, the kind of snapper banger thing that everyone's familiar with was in there. And if you'd put the cube down on the table and you'd need someone to pick the cube up. And I was finding that people were sort of smelling a rat sometimes. It's to like, you were just holding that and you put it down on the table. Why are you telling me to pick it back up? So I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could have a locking mechanism on the cube? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sort of challenge people and say, look, we'll have a little race here. This is just one. You could just have a mixed up cube and that cube and say, I tell you what, I'm getting really good at solving the Rubik cube. I bet you I can solve that cube quicker than you can solve that cube. And of course, most spectators are going to see that it's only one move away. And you can say, right, we'll put them both down on the table. Or if you stood up, you can say, right, put that on your hand. I've got this on my hand. And they go on the marks, get set. And when you turn it, it goes off. You don't have to use the locking mechanism. You can just put it. In fact, I'm going to give this away here, but if you walk past our stand at Blackpool and there's a Rubik cube one move away sitting on the table.
Don't go anywhere near it.
So there you go.
That's amazing. I tell you what, Ryland would absolutely love that. That would be right up Ryland Street because he loves cube magic. He loves playing pranks. That's just brilliant. I really like that.
You can do it with a mixed up cube as well. I've got one here that's mixed up. So, obviously you just mix the cube up because the good thing about this as well is all the mechanism is built into the 3 squares.
Okay.
When you do the algorithms, you're holding on, aren't you, with like 3 squares?
Yeah.
You can't do the one-handed algorithms with this because you risk setting the switch off if it's set. But as long as you hold those 3 squares and put your finger like in that section there, you can twist the cube manually into the algorithms if you wanted to show that it's a real cube and twist it back again, leave it one move away. So, it's good that the cube pretty much will act as a normal cube apart from the kind of fixed algorithm section that people that do algorithms will know what I'm on about.
That's great. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So that's 5, but you've got more. We've got more, right?
There's more. There's a real funny thing. Actually, we've got 2 things. There's one that we haven't. John Horn, the dog's bollocks.
What? What's that?
Have you heard of this one, the dog's bollocks?
No, Mark. I've never heard of the dog's bollocks.
Oh, that's a shame. It's not showing up very well with the lights that we've got in here. But basically, what you get in this, you get a ton of stuff. The premise is that you can come out with your deck of cards. Should have had my one with me. You can see me in the trailer doing it. Absolutely love this it's a proper gigging magician's trick. You can come out just with a playing card inside the cellophane of your card box, and on one side I stick the world's greatest card trick sticker.
Okay.
And say, would you like to see the world's greatest card trick? And I said, you know what? My mate said it was that good. It was actually had a different name. They actually called it, and we got the sticker, the dog's bollocks.
Got it.
And you say that the trick is that good. So you turn the card round, basically, you take it out, turn it round. And you say, look, this trick's that good. I tell you what, get your phone out. You're going to be talking to everybody about this forever. And they take a nice close-up picture of the sticker. And you then proceed with the card trick. And you get them to pick a card. And as soon as they pick the card, show it around to everyone. And it's whatever it is. And you go, yeah, that's the trick. And they look at you a bit kind of gone out. What do you mean that's the trick? Oh, sorry, I didn't explain. Remember that picture you took a few minutes ago? Just open it up. And they open it up on their phone. And they go, yeah, I'm looking at the picture. And you go, yeah, zoom in on the dog's bollocks. And when they zoom in on the dog's bollocks, there's their playing card.
Nice.
So not only do you get the stickers, you also get that. This was how John originally did it. You get 2 pin badges in the set, which have got different reveals on. So you can just be walking around with this. Imagine walking around at Blackpool with this on, and it says the dog's bollocks, and people say, what's that? And you go, well, take a picture of it. And they take a picture, and then you make them pick the card, and you do it. If you don't want to wear a badge, you also get in the set a key ring that just goes on your keys, and it's double-sided with 2 predictions. And because the key ring's the way it's made, you can feel which side's which. So again, you've got a double prediction on a key ring. Yeah, all that in a set at Blackpool for a tenner.
That's
now, come on.
Very, very, very good price.
So that's a great comedy thing. We've also got John Horn's pens. I know you reviewed them going back a little while.
I did. I think they're amazing. I mean, me and Ryan both love them. I think they're really good.
Yeah, we've not had a chance to get them on the website yet. We'll get them up on the website after Blackpool, but you can pick them pens up as well from us at Blackpool.
Because I've had so many people, because John hasn't got his own website to sell this stuff. I've had so many people after the review saying, where can I get those pens? Where can I get those pens? So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then we've got another one just listed the other day called I Sorrow. It's a little box because it's a little gimmick. Because it's a little gimmick, we don't just give you 1, we give you 4 just in case you lose them, because they are little. And that's by Lord Harry and Harradin, I'll call him because I can never pronounce his surname. So it's Harradin and Lord Harry. And if you look on the website, you see the trailer for that one. You can balance a deck of cards on 2 fingers like that. Or you can get your Sharpie and you're holding the grey bit and the cards are at the black end. And the deck can balance on that. You can do like an impromptu haunted deck with it. So that's like you can pile things up, sort of inspired by Joshua Jay's balance, so you could put how he shows in the trailer, he's got a card box, a shot glass and something else or whatever that goes on top of the deck when it's suspended on the Sharpie. And once it's done, you can disassemble the structure if you've done it as a structure, and you can spread the cards totally normal. So that's a nice little balance effect there. We've also given a facelift to our Hall of Fame playing cards. They now come in this lovely, nice gloss laminated box. So if you do any tricks with celebrities, we've now made well, they've been out for a while actually, but just trying to find the cards. Here they are. I'll show up, but we've got full colour. Some of them are black and white because you've got some people like John Lennon and Elvis in there. But you've got so a normal deck of playing cards that I've got celebrities on, so you can use that for whatever you want. They're also marked on the back to use with the Magical Pro app, which is the best fake call app on the market, which the new Pro version is having its debut at Blackpool. That was released around about October last year, and that's got voice activation, so you can just say Boris Johnson and Boris Johnson will ring you, on your phone. It's amazing. Wow. And all the people in here that are alive, you can have a FaceTime or an audio conversation with them. And a couple of them will do a playing card reveal as well. It's amazing, the Magical app. You've got to come and see that on the stand. It's brilliant. So that's the Magical cards that have had a refresh.
I can't believe you've got so much stuff coming out. My God, it's incredible.
Also got this one, which was only out a few weeks ago. Again, just in time for Blackpool, Index by Mirror and Miraculous. It's getting brilliant reviews on the Magic Cafe. People are saying it's the best card index they've ever owned. And that's coming from people on the Magic Cafe. Not that there's nothing wrong with them, but if people are saying it's good on there, then, it's got to be something, going right with it.
Well, yeah, it's very, very difficult to please the people on the Magic Cafe. But you've done that. You're basically God level at this point, mate.
Yeah, so that's a card index. That's if I take that out there's just a deck of bicycle cards in there, and that is the index. So you stick that in your pocket and you're off.
So it allows you to retrieve the card into cop, right?
Any card, yeah. And you can even pre-score them and fold them and put Mercury cards in there so that it would come out.
Of course, on my quantum deck project, I talk about how you can use an any card. You can turn it into an any card at any number by using a full pocket index. And the pocket index I used wasn't released, so I couldn't actually talk about it. But I said, get yourself a good pocket index. And I go through the choreography about how to actually have somebody put a blank deck down in front of somebody, have somebody name a card. You've then got the time misdirection to retrieve the card, as you say to somebody else, and you're going to name a number. You then pick the deck up, and in the action of showing the deck and saying what number do you want, you load it into position. So the quantum deck then becomes an any card at any number with a good index. So I mean, that's great. Anybody who's got the quantum deck, that takes it to the next level. That's great.
Yeah, sure. So we're really proud of that. That works out really well. And again, something that took me a couple of years to develop, Mirrorgate. We make things here. Not a lot of people know that. We've got 3D printers, we've got lasers, we've got CNC machine. Most of the things that, apart from the playing cards, we don't print stuff. All of the other stuff, like, we feel really proud of, and because we make them, you get that attachment. When you get something made in a factory and it comes and you just stick it in a box, yeah, that's okay. But there's a bit of your heart and soul gone into it when you make something, especially the showcases. We designed, made, sweated over getting these things made physically here, which is brilliant.
That's great. Yeah. And then obviously myself and Ryland last week reviewed your Back in Time deck, which we both really liked.
Yeah,
that's obviously a very new thing. I mean, that is great. That's a super smart. I just love the time travel presentation. I think it would work very well. I mentioned this in the review. I think it would work very well with sort of the timeline app by Patrick Kern. Do like an ambitious card, have it keep coming to the top of the deck, and then boom, you go back in time really far. I love that. I think that's really good.
Yeah, and I love your little touch with the presentation, actually, because I just do an ambitious card with it, as you saw in the trailer. But I love the little twist that you put on that. Still ambitious card, but you say if we could wind back 10 seconds, the card would still be on top of the deck. Which I thank you for that.
Blackpool, I'll show you. I've expanded it further now because I've actually been gigging it. And one thing that I've done is I've added, if you go 30, I use a duplicate card and they sign one of the duplicates. So it goes to the top of the deck and it goes back in time 10 seconds. But then I say, well, if I go back in time 2 minutes, I can take it back in time to before it was even signed. And now I show that the signature's gone. And then I take it back in time another 2 minutes to before I even pick the card. And I do a rubber dub vanish. And then I go forward in time to when it's back on the deck. And then I go further back in time to when it's signed again. So it's kind of a wild card mixed with ambitious card and then the kicker finish. It all makes sense because of the the deck you've created, which is just brilliant. I love it.
No, love those ideas. Brilliant. What else we got?
Anything else? Because frankly, I mean, damn is all I can say here at this point. I mean,
literally just before Christmas, we brought out the Las Vegas gambling guides, which was our first step into making a Svengali product. Brett Barry's very famous, isn't he, for making Svengali stuff? So you comes in the lovely little pouch to keep them protected. Again, that's a little touch because when I'm using these things, if you put a book in your pocket, especially 60 quid, so you don't want things to get beat up in your pocket. So we supply a pouch. It's got reveal on the pouch, so it serves a purpose. But you get these lovely pocket Las Vegas gambling guides, which are like you get in a hotel in Las Vegas, and they do a ton of stuff. You've got to watch the trailer. I could talk for. I think I did an interview with Matthew Pomeray that created these, and I think we were talking for over an hour. There's over 15 effects just in the one book. It's also both of them are Svengali books. This one you can use as a tossed out deck, but it's actually a fruit machine. So you show all the pages different, and you can do it as a tossed out deck. So if you're doing a Las Vegas themed thing or want to, you've got a tossed out deck. This book has got tons of things in. It's got the midsection has got all the hotels, not all the hotels in Vegas, but a lot of the famous ones. And of course, because it's Svengali, you know which page they've picked, you know which card they might pick, you know which the number of the dice, the number on the roulette wheel. You can do a drawing duplication. There's tons you can do with that. Shuffleboard, Simon Harrison's trick, you know, the reveal pages that you need, that there'll be so many cards face up, so many face down, apart from the 3 of clubs. Those pages are all in there. There's a ton of stuff in these books. So if you like your Las Vegas themed magic, they're absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant. I love that idea. I'll definitely go and check those out.
And the other one we had was No Credit from Gwilym over in Malta.
Okay.
Which is a vanish of a credit card. So you use a stack of envelopes to switch the card out, basically, or steal the card, depending which way you want to do it. He does, on the trailer, most of his presentations are stand-up, because that's what he does. But there's no reason why you can't use it close up. It works. It's only using a credit card, so it's not like it's big props. It shows it can pack small, play big. He does a really funny bank night type presentation where he puts the card in 3 envelopes, gets them sealed, mix them up, and then says he's going to make the cards disappear, and ends up cutting them up into a bag. And then, of course, it all goes wrong, and he goes, "Oh, sorry." Off goes the spectator. He goes, "Oh, you forgot your card." You know, always, always smile when he does that. Then eventually, it comes back in a accordion type concertina thing. It could come back anywhere, but again, we wanted to supply something that when you get the trick, that it can come back in. But personally, I love having the credit card appear in a block of ice, because I love Kieran Johnson's Remaxed Isolation. So for me, that's where it comes back. But, you know, for the close-up performer, well, you can do Remax close-up anyway, but not everyone wants to be messing with ice, but you should do. It's great. But no, we wanted to supply something, you know, out the box, so that you can have the credit card appear back in the concertina thing.
Amazing. Wow. I mean, wow.
So wow. I think that might be it. I hope I haven't missed anything.
You're going to be busy. You're going to be busy. I'm going to ask you the same question that I've asked every dealer I've spoken to. Are there going to be deals to be done? Yeah,
there's always a deal. You've obviously got the price on the website, but come up to us with some money and buy a few things, and then we'll see what we can do.
Awesome. That's amazing. I genuinely haven't seen a magic dealer that's going to Blackpool that has got as much stuff coming out as you have. It sounds like it's incredible. You're going to be one of the first stands that I go up to. So congratulations, Mark. I hope it's really successful for you. Obviously, people that aren't going to Blackpool that can watch this is either all on the website or will be hitting the website at some point soon. So they can go to Saturn Magic's website and they can buy it directly. You ship worldwide, right?
That's right. And it's flat rate shipping. So as long as it stays in a smallish packet, it's no more than about £15 anywhere in the world. So you can put 2 or 3 items in there. And if you're buying one item, some people think 15's like a little bit much. But, you know, to be honest, most of this stuff, well, all of this stuff I've just mentioned is exclusive to us. You can't get it anywhere. So if you bought 2 or 3 of them and put them in, it's going to be one rate, flat rate shipping.
Amazing. This is awesome. Mark, I hope Blackpool is very, very successful for you. Thank you so much for jumping on the call with me. There's some super exciting stuff. I'm going to be coming over. The Las Vegas books look right up my street. The Haribo thing, all of it. I'm going to go and check all of it out. It's all really good. Oh, one last question. Need to ask you. Me and Ryland reviewed a product of yours, which we raved about and told everyone to buy. Will that be at Blackpool? It's the coin artist ones. It's the 10p's with the celebrities on.
Oh, yeah, that was...
obviously it was about 6 months ago now.
Yeah. And we got the haunted, the Hoodoo haunted doll has been incredible as well. Did you see that? The new haunted doll. And again, we made that as well. We physically made that ourselves.
That's having those stuff as well. You're going to have.
Yeah, that'll be there. The Hoodoo, the haunted doll. We've got an incredible range of the Revelation gums now. I don't know if you saw those.
I've seen them. It's not my style, but I've worked with like Tom Mullinger, Jester Styles. I've seen him do it at a gig and just kill. I think it's a great product. It's not my sort of thing. It's not something I would do. Yeah. Ryland loves it. It's his thing. He does it all the time. So
well, that's kind of why we brought the coins out, because not everyone's into pulling chewing gum out the mouth. Yeah. And Mark Infinity said to me, well, if we could do coins, and he wanted them machined, and to machine a coin costs an absolute fortune, because there have been coins out in the past. You've probably seen them that have had a 7 of spades cut into them or something like that. But you can't give them away. They cost 20 odd quid each or something. And there was some, I think Rocco in conjunction with somebody, they made some amazing coins with the actual person's 3D head on them, didn't they? I think you got 3
for 3D Kennedy collection. Yeah.
About 100 odd quid, weren't they, for 3 coins? Whereas Coin Artist, you get 18 coins in the starter set for, is it about 25, 30 quid, whatever it is. And we do refill packs so you can give them away. And we found out how to print on coins, believe it or not. And we've even done custom orders for people.
I can highly recommend. I've given those out at gigs. I've taken those to gigs. They're really good. They're really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. In fact, I've got some of my own touches on it, which I'll show you if you get time at Blackpool.
Brilliant. Look forward to seeing you there.
And stuff. So yeah, guys, make your way over to Saturn. Mark's a really good guy, and he's going to be there with his whole team. Go buy lots of stuff. And Mark, one more time, thank you very much for jumping on Magic TV, and I will see you again soon.
All right, thanks for having me, Craig. Bye.
Take care.